So why does DevMore need a developer community? Remember last week, one of the strategies to reach developers, we said we could run ads, right? We could do some other organic, inorganic ways. We could say we could run our own low key without a community. We could run ads, we could do stuff. Why do we need a community? Community is at the core of any developer product, right? Developers love being in community, love to talk, love to have this, click form, it's called, I've forgotten the word English for that. It's not gang. It's they like being in groups, sort of. I can't remember the English to use. But then, why do we need them? First, we need a place where we can take our product to. The product just launched. You have zero users. You have zero people in your email list. You have zero, not zero, but then not so much of Twitter followers. Everything is just starting out. You need a landing place where the product needs to go to first to create awareness. So you can begin to build your own email list, build your own community. Your Slack is empty, Discord is empty, everywhere is empty. Where do you start from? Community. Take the product to community. Either offer to hold a workshop for them, offer to write for them, offer to speak at their conference. Just engage with the community first and spread awareness. So developer marketers, developer advocates, developer evangelists, all dev need community. One, to create awareness for the product, especially when the product has zero knowing, just launched. Even if they've launched, they still need to get aware of the product for new features has been updated. They need to still need the community for that. The second reason why we need community in the developer community is for feedback and insights. They could tweet about it. Nowadays, Twitter is about dragging. They could drag you on Twitter. You should have feedback, but then it may not be in a nice way. They could say that their money is stuck. They can't withdraw their money if you're actually dealing with a developer product that requires people to hold their money into. They've dragged Flutterwave in the past for the API. They've dragged people, but it's still feedback, right? You can also get feedback without so much drama via your community, your own community that you own, or even via your what's called support channels. Communities too can ask questions, like we said, during the community that's focused on Q&A. It could be on Slack, sorry, Stack Overflow. It could be on Reddit. It could be or any community that's focused on Q&A, that's formatted in Q&A. You can see issues there. Even on GitHub too, people complain. So you can see complaint, you can see issues from the community and fix it before it spoils, anything. People could also suggest for you how to improve it. You receive different complaints, you gotta insight and improve your product. So we need community for that. People who are not shy to talk what's in their mind and what you need to do for them. Because your product may not be the first in the market. So when you say my product does A, B, and C, they will say, oh, these other people do A, B, and C. So why is your own better? So you can definitely learn a lot from community engagements. When you talk about community, you can get feedback and insights. The second one we need, the third rather, is word of mouth, advocacy. I know we discussed this briefly last time. Commit developers like to follow other developers that they think that know road. So if one developer that they see is doing good, is using a tool, they want to follow him to use a tool too, or follow how to use the tool as well. So free word of mouth, they could say, I used your product and they gave me free credits. Credit lasted me for 3 months or 4 months without having server costs. The community will use it because, oh, I've heard about it. So free word of mouth can be there too. Even when you have backlash, let's take for example, the Twitter community, text community can be so toxic. But then when there's a backlash, someone is dragging you, what's the word now? I won't say unworthily, but then the drag is not, justifiable. It's just someone trying to make a mess of no situation at all. People can come on your behalf, right? Example is Piggyvest, but there's not a developer focus to, but then they had an issue, not issue an issue, someone just dragging them, but then even before the Piggyvest Twitter handler came to respond, people have already defended them in so many ways. So that's part of advocacy and word of mouth. Developers in the community can be your soldiers. They can actually advocate for you, put you in places. even recommend where to speak sometimes. So there are, especially that's why last we talked about having a good relationship with developers. So there could be a conference going that you don't know about. So when the community could tag you on Twitter or tag you on LinkedIn or anywhere and say, I think this company should be part of this. Or I think Trust can speak at, or I think Mark should be here, or I think Ijoma should be here. And so many people can actually reach out to you to talk to you to do something. Can even nominate you for certain awards too. So yeah, communities are very important. If you want to get word of mouth in this case, and free, not really free share, but then advocacy in a way. Four is collaboration and innovation. This is true for those who are in the open source space. There is this particular during the pandemic, there was a project, open source. I've forgotten their name, but their logo is yellow. No, no, orange logo. What's their name? I can't, it's in my head, but I don't think I can pronounce the name or I forgot how to pronounce it. But during the pandemic, they lost so many developers, engineering people in their team. They're trying to cut down in costs. But their products, or is it, yeah, their products was a developer tool, I think it was a library on SDK, can't remember, was on GitHub. They really did not have anybody. No, it wasn't on GitHub first. It was private. So they had no developer because they've lost so many developers. The pandemic, there was no money. So in an attempt to actually get a product still running, they had to make it open source. And engineers jumped on it. People actually built. So all through the pandemic, they were still running because of developers who did not pay because they didn't pay them to contribute. They contributed to open source. We added new features and the product survived the pandemic. So the point here is that developer communities can be a huge help for collaboration, push help for innovation. It can help you build, help you add features, you can open source certain of your product, developer community. People will jump on it, help you improve, add features, suggest features, write about it. They could even, have free documentation for you. They can collaborate with you in so many ways that you may not even have, imagined possible. There are those who can raise funds for certain types of projects, not all projects. With our projects, open source actually has most of the best use case for these examples because it's free. People are really eager to solve problems, working with other people to learn and solve big problems, and then they can use open source to fix that. So we really need developer community in that case to collaborate and innovate around the product, even we do not have so much of the resources to do